Alright, so what's going on there, everybody? If anybody's joining in here, let me plug in my phone here before it dies. Oh, fuck. Just got my flu shot today, so my arm is hella sore right now. And I don't like hearing myself twice on my phone here. Okay, there we go. Alright, phone's plugged in here. Allows me to see chat since I don't have a second monitor, nor can I set up one with the given setup that I have. So it's usually why I use my phone to just check chat. A lot easier too than having a second monitor, in my opinion. It's great having a second monitor if you like multitasking and watching a movie and doing things like what I'm about to do right now in this video. So, but I've done VRChat tutorials, Unity tutorials in the past, how to basically convert how to convert Dead by Daylight avatars or otherwise Unreal Engine assets. It's all the same. Dead by Daylight, Terminator Resistance, which just came out, also uses Unreal Engine. Hell Let Loose also uses Unreal Engine 4, whatever, you know. When we're dealing with Unreal Engine 4 models specifically, aside from Unreal Engine 3, 2, and 1 assets, they're a little bit different than Unreal Engine 4, but they work similarly. So when we're dealing with Unreal assets, it's a lot easier to work with and get them to be converted for Unity and things like that. So what I'm actually doing right now is I'm going to be converting the Oni and then as well as Yui for VRChat or otherwise Unity. If you guys are well aware that I do have a VRChat avatar world for Dead by Daylight models, and I haven't done it in a little while, but I love converting these characters so you guys can have fun with them with your VR headsets and role play if you guys love role playing and things like that. In the future, I do want to get back into VRChat, and I would love to role play a little bit and just mess around with people or friends or you guys even in VRChat with these Dead by Daylight avatars. I try my best to make them as authentic as possible, as real as possible, like the game. Through little techniques that I've learned over the year and a half that I've started doing this for VRChat. So anyways, let's go ahead and get right into this, guys. So we're going to be doing the Oni first, 'cause I think he's going to be the most difficult to do because the Oni, his hair, it's animated hair just like the spirits. It's very hard to rig up in Unity because it's animated and it's not quite a material. I don't know how to explain it. It's kind of weird. So we're gonna have to do a lot of trial and erroring on the hair and trying to play around with it to see what texture works properly for the hair. Because we got to work with what we got here. So I think it uses pretty much similarly to the spirits, but anywho, I don't want to bore you too much, so basically what we got to do is, I'm not going to explain to you guys how to do this, because you guys can check out my Unity tutorial videos on how to do this. I'm just going to basically run through this myself, given the stuff that I already know. So if you guys want to convert your own avatars, I have a playlist, a newer playlist that uses Blender 2.8 and the latest version of Unity to basically convert these avatars for your guys' selves. So I'm going to launch up Blender here. I have everything that I already need to get this rolling here, so. No problem, Jiroshimi, I think that's how you say that. Sorry if I'm botching that. But yeah, you guys are gonna see what I'm pretty much gonna do to convert these avatars. What makes the Oni unique from every other mesh in the game is his armor is a series of meshes, which is going to be very interesting to rig up. I've never really rigged up an avatar from Dead by Daylight where it has a bunch of meshes to work with. So this is going to be very interesting to do here. Let's see, Sweden, because that's the code name for him. So we're going to work with his body here first. So here he is, here's his body, and all the armature bones here. I'm going to hope that most of his armor will just be plug and play onto the mesh here, the model. I won't have to do any custom weight painting or anything like that, because otherwise it could take me a lot longer than usual, but I guess we're going to find out, right? I guess we'll go ahead and, oh fuck, where's his mask? Okay, there's his mask. So his armor would be the next one. Okay, so the armor is now applied. I think I can just use cats to automatically attach this to his main armature here without any issues. I'm about to find out right now. It's been a little while since I've done this. We're gonna not join the meshes at first. We're gonna keep the upper chest bone. Okay, I think it's custom. Yeah, here we go. So I think it's all merge all bones, all transforms, and just hit merge armatures. There we go. I think that should automatically merge the bones together, so I won't have to do any weight painting of my own. And I'm just gonna confirm this really quick, just to make sure things are correct. I guess we'll. Oh, this guy's got a custom. This guy surely has a custom armature that is way, way, way more different than what we've seen in Dead by Daylight. It's very interesting. Let's go ahead and move this leg bone. Alright, this leg bone moves. Front. I don't really quite know what that bone does, but a lot of these little parts of the armor have their own mesh, which is very interesting. Yep, see, I'm already seeing a problem here with cats not doing its job properly. As you can see, it's not properly weighted doing that automatically, and that could be a problem. So I'm gonna have to start new and see what it is that I would maybe need to start with first. Hey, what's going on there, DCH4OS, otherwise known as the meme lord here. Let's see, I'm gonna try. Let's see here. So, are these camera bones? What are these? I don't know if those are camera bones. What are these? Oh, it's a weapon holster. Okay, it's the bone for the little club that he has on his back. This one's definitely a camera bone right here. Those would be deleted, pretty much. Cats doesn't really quite do a very good job trying to merge armatures sometimes, so it can be a little tricky. Alright, let's go ahead and try this again. Attach to joint character. Just merge all bones. See what happens if we do that. Again, it's deleting bones when it shouldn't. Let's try that. Nope, still deleting bones when it shouldn't be. Yeah, that's the problem. You can't always rely on this. You may have to actually just do it yourself. And in this situation, I think I'm going to have to do it myself and rig it myself. Because, of course, cats, I can't rely on cats to do this for me. So, in this situation, it's going to be kind of difficult because you got a lot of bullshit going on here. So, yeah. How's it going there, Gultron? I'm doing okay. My arm's pretty sore because I just got my flu shot, but all is well otherwise. Oh man, yeah, this is going to be a fucking nightmare because look at every single bone that is attached to its own torso bone because of this armor here. Like, this is going to be very, very tedious to do, and I'm really relying on cats here to do this for me because I really don't want to have to do this. Let me see. See if that'll do anything. We'll attach it to joint character. So our base is obviously body, and to merge is obviously the armor one. So we're just gonna try this one more time. Oh, wait a minute. I think I actually fixed it. I believe I fixed it, and I don't have to do the wrong thing here. Let me see if I fix this. I may not actually have to do it. Hey, look at that. I got it working. Cool. Alright, thank you, cats. I love you, cats. You got this to work properly for me. Cool. Looks like the armature's working as it should. Torso bone moves correctly. head bone moves correctly, but that's kind of weird why that bone's attached back there, but whatever. I don't know exactly why these armor plates have individual bones. I don't know why the developers did that. Maybe to make the maybe to make it move more fluently with his chest. I mean, you could have just made all these weight painted to just one bone rather than actually having them connected to the bone. You know, it's hard to say why they've done that, but whatever. I mean, it is metal. Metal shouldn't bend with a mesh, right? I mean, it should just stick to the bone. So whatever. I mean, I appreciate the extra mile the developers did for that, making it more look authentic as he moves with his armor. So it's pretty interesting there. And goddamn, I wish I could play music, but YouTube would be anal and fucking copyright strike me if I played any sort of music right now. So I apologize. I really wish I could play music, and this is why I think I need to swap over to Twitch. At least Twitch doesn't get anal about that type of shit. Alright, well, the Oni's armor is now attached. Now I just need to add the accessories to the armor. Something that I found interesting about the armor for the Oni is, and I'll show you before I explain it. Let me see. So, you have these little additional pieces that go in the Oni. You have, that goes to the Oni's armor anyway. So you have accessory 001A and accessory 001B, and the difference between A and B is that when he's not in rage mode, he has these little horns right here. I'll highlight the mesh. He has these little horns that actually are small. Sorry, how do I explain this? So when he's not in rage mode, the horns on both his mask and on his armor will be small. Alright, so let me just go back some here. So, and when he's in rage mode, this mesh appears instead, which makes the horns much more longer and brutal looking on his chest. I never knew that until I started ripping the models, and I'm like, huh, why is there an A and why is there a B? And I was trying to compare them, and that's why. So every time he goes into rage mode, the mesh of the horns gets longer. The mesh swaps on his armor, which is very interesting and cool. I think just for originality, I'm going to just stick with the smaller ones, although I do really like the horned, the long horn look. But I'm just going to stick with the smaller ones to just stick with the default appearance here, like these ones right here. Plus, I kind of like the addition of the broken horn on this one. So, and again, we're going to have to merge this. I don't know if this has an armature or not. Okay, yeah, it does. Okay. So we're going to have to merge this as well. So we'll go over into cats here, and let's see. The base is obviously going to be our body, and what we need to merge is that one. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, cool. That's been merged now, and it should work properly. So now I guess we could add the head here, or the mask. So now we're going to go ahead and import the mask. It should be this one. Yep, there we go. There's his mask. And the mask accessories will come later. It's funny because they really did go all out. Let me go back some actually. Like, they even added facial bones. I really don't understand why they added all this extra shit. I mean, he's literally got, okay, maybe not upper. Where's his jaw at? Jawbone. I'm trying to find his jawbone. That's upper lip corner. Is it this one? I mean, I'm trying to find where the fuck is jawbone. He's got to have a jawbone. So why does he have lip bones if he's got no jawbone? Well, at any rate, I don't really quite understand why he's got bones for the lips and stuff, even for the eyes at that, because you can't really see them under his mask. But the fact that the developers went all out and even fucking added a rig to his face is pretty interesting. So I don't know if we'll have any more cosmetics in the future for ones that show off his face, maybe. So don't know. It's just a thought there. I thought I'd point that out. It's very interesting. So. So now we have gotten his mask here. Excuse me. I think his mask also comes with an armature too. So again, a lot of this is just plug and play for the most part. You just keep merging it over, just making sure everything's set properly and merging it over, and there you go. It's now attached to the armature. Again, I would like to thank Cats for this, because Cats is little plugin definitely helps for rigging up Dead by Daylight armatures. You know, for a while I was painstakingly doing this manually, actually attaching the bones manually, deleting some bones that were duplicates, and the fact that Cats does this all for you, it's like anybody could really do it, you know, so it's not too difficult. Let me see here. Accessory. Okay, we're going to attach the hair and the eyeball here. Now it's really starting to come together. So here is his hair mesh, and the little eyeball that goes in the center of the mask will also attach this as well. Let's see. So body, hair, merge armatures. Okay. And I think the last thing that needs to be added is the horns to his mask. So go ahead and do that as well. And again, we're just going to use the default horns, not the one where he's in rage mode. Okay, Cats. Yep, look good. Alright, and we're just going to confirm this one more time and start moving the armature and make sure that everything's rigged up properly, and I don't have to go back into Blender to really fix anything. Okay, everything's moving correctly. Let's go ahead and move the torso one more time. Torso looks good. Leg bone looks good. I mean, the arms would look good. I mean, already the fuck with the torso. If the torso moves properly, the arms are going to move properly too, without any sort of weight paint issues. So that's pretty much it. He's already rigged up for the most part. It's as simple as that, really, when it comes to rigging up an avatar in Blender. I'm just going to click on the whole entirety of the mesh here and make sure everything's shaded smooth, because otherwise, if you don't have it shaded smooth, you're going to have this where the mesh looks very blocky, and you don't want that. You want it to make sure it's shaded to smooth so you can see it more clearly. Fidelity in any way. Okay, so there you go. You've rigged up your Dead by Daylight avatar. Sorry, stretching. Now, what we are going to do is check the textures now. I always look at textures, making sure they're all correctly white. So here's this hair mesh, or sorry, hair texture, mask, torso, belt, arms, head, body, legs. So you got over you have over 8 materials. Usually VRChat hates you for using up to at least 10 or over, so make sure you try to have at least 10. It's really hard because some Dead by Daylight avatars, but it's kind of rare. Some of them use about 10 materials. But for the most part, VRChat does not like you using up to over 10 materials. So I'm no expert with UV mapping. I don't know how to do that for the fucking life of me. So for the most part, I rig the textures up into Unity itself. I never actually do it in Blender, just because I'm really bad at texturing in Blender. I'm sure Schemo. Fuck, excuse me, sorry, I'm having peanut stuck in the back of my throat. Peanut M&Ms. You want peanut M&Ms? No. Anyways, I'm sure Schemo. I think I'm botching that. I think it's Schemo or Schemo. He's the one that does the renders, the Dead by Daylight cosmetics and stuff through Blender, which is the same program I'm using. He does amazing renders. I give the guy props for the renders that he does. I'm not smart with any of that shit. Like where I usually my finesse is Unity, because I do VRChat avatars. He knows how to do all that Blender shit, so props to him. He knows how to do lighting very well, texturing, all that stuff. So I'm sure I could learn a thing or two from him if he would be willing to teach me. But I don't want to steal his work, because I mean, what's the point of me doing Blender renders when that's kind of his thing? You know, I don't steal other people's thoughts or ideas and how, you know, they do their content for their YouTube and who can publish it the fastest. You know, I'm just not about competition with other people like that. That's just kind of stupid. You know, each their own with what they do for renders, or what do they do for Dead by Daylight, you know. So anyways, that's my little talk there for you guys, just trying to keep a conversation going here. But so what you want to make sure to do with texturing, very simple. You just want to make sure that these textures in this game are white. You do not want these textures to be gray like they are shown here. You want these all to be flat white. So I usually just make sure this V right here is the value set to 1. Make sure they're all set to 1. For every single texture you want to do that. Again, I'm very amateur-y at this, but this is the way I've only ever done it, and whatever works for me, it's just what works for me, man. Some Blender professional would probably yell at me or something for doing it very amateurly, but you know, like I said, each their own. I'm no game designer. I don't fuck with a lot of 3D modeling and things like that. This is pretty simple stuff to me, so I just do what works for me for the most part and just kind of roll with it. Okay, body. So as you can see to my left here on the screen, the body is getting more white rather than gray. That's exactly what we want. Okay. You can rename a lot of the materials if you so wish to. I always try to keep the material names the same, only if it says something stupid like animated, I don't really need that in there, so I just usually use skhair01 is fine. The textures are the same name as the material names. As you see, MI stands for material underscore and then the name of the material or texture that it's designed for. So MISK standing for Sweden, or the Oni is going to be the mask texture. It's all self-explanatory which one corresponds to what. And obviously you're going to find T underscore SK head 00 as a texture file, and you basically just plug and play that texture to that material, and it's as simple as that. So, hey, thanks, Richard. I'm trying to educate, but very quickly of how I'm basically rigging these avatars up for Unity. Like I said, I've done a lot of these videos already on how to do this type of stuff. You know, I don't know if I bore people by talking as much as I am, but I'm very thorough with my work. I try not to jump the gun so people are confused of how this really kind of works. You know, I try to be as thorough as possible and as clear as possible with what everything is. I'm not kind of showing you how this program works. I'm just kind of run throughing it at the same time, though. So, I mean, like I said, I have Unity tutorial videos that shows you how to use the program and how do you really in-depth, you know, put these into VRChat. So. So now that you've basically screwed up, now that you've basically, you know, put these materials in their corresponding spots, or well, you know, made them white and all that, and renamed them as you so wish to. The next thing what we're going to do now is we're going to go under cats here, and we're going to allow cats to fix our armature for us and our meshes. So therefore it is then compatible with Unity or for VRChat. So again, I'm doing these for Unity, but at the same time, I'm also doing these for VRChat at the same time, because again, if people like to roleplay with these models, I want them to be able to, you know, play with them. So, how's it going there, Polyester? If you guys really want me to do the other cosmetic sets, I will definitely do that. So yeah, you know what? Actually, I was gonna do Yui. I was gonna put Yui in VRChat, but you know, I didn't really think about actually rigging those up. If you guys really want me to do that, I can do that really quick. It's just gonna take me some time to pull the meshes from UModel and pull the right textures. And again, I have to texture these up, so to get those two cosmetic sets, it will probably take me about an hour to actually, maybe even an hour and a half to actually fully rig those. But if you guys want to stay for the entirety, by all means, I'm going to try to talk as less as possible because I'm a rambling fucking engine. But I can do that. I can convert those avatars so that you guys can see them in VRChat. Again, this is kind of like a temporary thing, because I know Schemo makes way better fucking renders than I do, because he does the lighting and all that crazy shit in Blender. But at least for the time being, until Schemo does it, because I know that takes a lot more time than what I'm doing, we can do that. So, okay, so again, try not to talk as much as possible here, but what we're going to do now is we're going to hit keep upper chest bone, and remove 0 weight bones, get rid of all those bones, extra bones that are on the armature that we don't really necessarily need because they have no weight, they have no purpose. It's basically the end bones on the fingers and things like that. So you can also hit join meshes if you wish to This is something I'm not even going to really do, but if you want to make the mask removable as a trigger on your controller, you could set the mesh separate from the body, but I'm just going to have it all joined as one. I'm not going to have you be able to take the mask off, unfortunately. I just think it's best to have the mask as is. I mean, and you know what, fuck it, actually. What I'll do is, instead of joining meshes, I'll join the proper meshes, but if you guys do want to have that option, I'll leave it available for you guys. So, because I'm going to upload these to my MediaFire account, mind you, so you guys will be able to download these avatars yourselves. You know, I allow people to basically not have to go through this work themselves, you know, so. So what I'm going to do here is, I'm going to hit edit here, edit mode, P, by material. So every mesh is now separated by material here. And then the mask, this is going to just be called mask. Actually, you know what? Let me move this really quick just to make sure that the eyeball is attached to the mask. Oh, cool. The eyeball is attached to the mask. Alright, so what I'll do is I'll keep the mask separate for you guys in case you do want to have that option available to you. You can do that. So, and then we're just going to rename that to body. So then once we hit cats here, I'm going to hit the little wrench here, hit OK, and now I'm going to hit fix model. So this is going to fix our model for us and make every bone there compatible for Unity, and don't mind the extra whiteness that we have here. That's completely normal. Let's see, this is going to be awesome to see and have in VRChat. Very thankful and appreciate for this. Yeah, no problem, man. Like I said, I'll have it on my VRChat. I'll have it on, sorry, my VRChat. I'll have it on my MediaFire account. If you guys aren't familiar with that, I'll leave a link in the description after this video is ended, so you guys can check out all my other avatars that I've already ported over. So you guys can, you don't have to do this work yourselves. This is already going to be done for you. The only thing you have to do is plug it into Unity and do exactly what I'm about to do into Unity. So I'm already going to scale them down, rename them, and all that good shit. So let me get the, fuck, I forget what his name is in Dead by Daylight. I think his name, let me boot up Dead by Daylight really quick. I think his name is actually just Oni, but I don't know, I want to say he has his own name. I also need to get the name of his weapon as well, the blade, because I've forgotten the name of the blade as well. So we're just going to quickly boot up Dead by Daylight really quick to grab that information, which should pop up anytime now. Usually what I like to do is I like to boot up Dead by Daylight really quick just to get the names of the outfits and things like that. So, and the names of the weapon and things of that nature. So, alright, any day now. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Probably going to take a lot longer to load because I'm not using game capture. I'm actually using display capture for you guys to actually see this on screen right now. So, like I said, Dead by Daylight runs kind of slow sometimes on my system, and other times it runs pretty damn good. It's really weird how that is. I think a lot of it too is my hard drive. My hard drive's very. I've been having issues with my hard drive for a long time now, and I really need to swap it out for another, like 5 terabytes or something. I have like a 3 terabyte hard drive, but sometimes it acts finicky, and I think that's why I have a lot of loading issues sometimes. Any day now, come on. This is the one I'm talking about. Like some days Dead by Daylight loads up, no problem, don't have any FPS issues at first, and other times it's just fucking terrible. Come on, you can do it. I believe in you. Come on, there you go. There you go. Keep chugging. Keep chugging, Thomas the Choo-Choo Train. Let's go. I mean, look how laggy it is right now. Oh my god, why are you so laggy? Damn, it's more laggy than it usually is. Like, oh my god, that is ridiculous. I want to say it's because of my display. Hold on, let me go over to Let's go, instead of display, let's go over to game capture. I think that's why I'm having FPS issues. Yeah, that cleared up a lot of it. I think it was because I had my capture enabled as well as my display, so that was taking a toll on my system. Okay, so let's go ahead and go over to the Oni here. I want to say his name is just the Oni. I'm still having little FPS issues here, but again, I think it's because my system just needs to be restarted. Yep, his name is just the Oni. Okay then, so that's pretty simple here. I need to figure out what the name of this club is, as well as his katana. So Yamaoka blade, pretty straightforward. I don't know how I'm gonna get the name of this. I think it's called what did he call it? He called it, I think I got the name of that. If anybody can give me the name of the club he has on his back, that would be great. I think it's called the Kanobo, because he had taken a Kanabo and dashed hundreds of skulls with it. So I think it's called the Kanabo. I think that's what it's called. Let me see. It might even say in here. It doesn't give me the name of it. If anybody has the name of what this weapon is called, that would be appreciated. But I think it's called the Kanabo. I'm going to take a quick picture of it on my phone so I know how to spell it correctly, because I am your typical American that does not know how to spell Japanese words correctly. Okay, and same goes for the Yamaoka blade, 'cause I don't really know how to spell that very properly. So Yamaoka blade. Let me go over to survivors again really quick too, and a lot of my FPS issues have cleared up, so I'm thankful for that. Let's see here. What is your name? Yui Kimura. Make sure I know how to spell that correctly, so I'm going to take a picture of that. Alright, and I'm going to Alt F4, quit the game, and go back over to display, delete, capture. Alright, so now that I got the names, that allows me to name the weapons properly for this character here. So, body, what is this, and what is that? Okay, that needs to be attached to that actually. Okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and rename this to the appropriate name. So we're just going to call it Oni. So, and then we're going to rename armature just to armature. And there you go, just to make things simple and labeled correctly. And now what we have to do lastly is scale down the avatar, and we're pretty much done. And on my desktop, I already have a scaler that I have saved here. So for slashers, I like to use 0.0098, male 0.011, female 0.118, and then Ghostface and Nurse kind of have their own special settings. Oddly, I just have to use it like that. So slashers, I'm going to just assume that it's probably going to use the typical 0.098. This is probably one of the tallest killers that we've ever gotten in Dead by Daylight to date, so I mean, he's going to be towering over a lot of the survivors to begin with here, so I expect him to be a little bit bigger and bulkier. So we're going to go ahead and go under View, I believe. There's a tool, I think it's View. And I believe the ones that we want to, no, that's Location. Okay, it might be Item. Why can't I find this correctly? Well, I think it's because I'm in edit mode. There we go, that's why. Item, yep, there we go, scale. So you want to make sure you're in object mode, not edit mode. Just select A on the keyboard to select everything, including the armature, and just copying in those values. And then he's scaled down now to the appropriate size for VRChat. Okay. And there you go, there you have it. You have now completely successfully rigged him up into Blender, and now we can just throw his ass into Unity here. So hi, bit of a morbid desktop. Yeah, I am a horror fanatic, and I love all things horror. The background is actually from a movie. It's actually concept art from a movie called Poltergeist 2, and I'm not talking about the reboot. I'm talking about the older ones that have come out. I think this one came out in either the early 90s or late 80s. Poltergeist 2. This is supposed to be Henry Kane. I'm not going to talk about it because it's totally unrelated to the video. But if you guys are interested, he's like my favorite horror character, underrated as hell. Look him up, Henry Kane, Poltergeist 2, and look at his bio, and you'll see why there's a bunch of dead surrounded by him. I just liked the concept art for it. It was very interesting. So. Okay, so go ahead and hit export FPX, and then because you need it to be an FPX format for Unity to read it properly, and we're just going to label it as Oni. I'm going to hit desktop and save it to the desktop, export FPX. And there you go. There is our Oni file there, and now we're going to go ahead and boot up Unity here, because we now have to plug them into Unity. So this is going to take a while because I have a lot of models and textures from Dead by Daylight models that I've already done. So it takes a little bit to load up, so let's just give it some time here. But yeah, how's your day going, guys? Damn, my arm is just hella sore right now. Fucking hell. That flu shot got me fucked up. Again, it's taking a while to load up Unity, so like I said, I got a lot of models. I can't wait to do the T800 from Terminator Resistance. I exported him from the game since he also is an Unreal, or that game's also Unreal Engine 4, so. Alright, we're getting somewhere. Still taking a while to load. I don't have the fastest system in the world, but, you know, it works. I don't have that kind of money, so I wish I did. You Googled him. Yeah, Henry Kane, he's like my favorite horror character. Definitely a whole lot of people don't know about him. I'd like to get that kind of portrait of him smiling on this arm, but with his top hat. He's like, I don't know, like he's just my favorite horror character because he's so creepy. The actor that plays Henry Kane in that movie, his name is Julian Beck, and at the time the guy was actually dying of cancer. I don't remember what kind of cancer. I don't know if it was leukemia or stomach cancer. I don't remember. But the actor agreed to play the role, and because he was dying of cancer, that's why he had that gaunt looking look about him, like where his cheeks were sucked in and things like that. And he just nailed the role just completely, like the whole creepy atmosphere of him, like everything, down to, you know, his appearance, because he was sick in real life. So a little fun fact there. Anyways, so now we're going to go ahead. Again, I have VRChat tutorials on how to set up your folders and things like that. I'm not going to go and explain how I set this up properly, but so I usually have a slashers folder where I basically put in the avatars in there. So here I've done Ghostface. This was actually a while back. I've already done this one, so I don't know why I still even have them loaded up. But so Oni, we're going to throw the Oni in here. We'll actually see how much he towers over poor little Ghostface right here. Oh damn, he's actually small. I may have to resize him. I may have to manually resize him because he's actually supposed to be much taller than that. Let me put him up side by side with, like, I don't know, we'll use David here for example. Oh yeah, this Oni needs to be 10 times bigger than that. At least a couple inches taller. So I may have to resize him and give him his own sizing because he's much taller than that. Anyways, guys, I'll be right back. I actually have to take a crap right now. TMI, I know. I'll check chat right after this, so give me a quick second. Isn't it very awkward that while you're streaming, you just decide, hey, I gotta go take a shit right now? I'll be right back. Okay, I know what you guys are thinking. Did you even wipe? I swear to God I wiped. I even washed my hands. I'm actually a really fast shooter. Alright, so, or was I just rushing because I didn't want to keep you guys waiting? No, I'm just kidding. I'm actually a really fast shooter. It's great, you know, when you take a shit, you don't actually have like poo-poo on the paper, and it's just like a clean, like, you know, you ever get that where you wipe your own ass and there's no poo-poo on the paper, and it's just so easy from that point because you're like, huh, I'm already clean. I can just get in, get out. It's the best shit ever in the world. Love that. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and give the Oni its own scene here as well. I always create a different scene for these avatars here, so we're gonna go ahead and remove Ghostface here. We're gonna resize the Oni here. Sorry, I love being a little TMI while having my sense of humor in there. Anyways, my day's going good there. L1U95.6. I got a flu shot. My arm's hella hurting right now. That's about it. I'm pretty tired too because I've been grinding these videos out, but I love what I do. I love doing content for my channel, and I love, you know, doing Dead by Daylight stuff for you guys. In the future, tomorrow I have another video. I got a new NECA figure. I got Michael Myers, so I hope to do a video review on him and start doing NECA figure reviews. And I also have plans to release my Dead by Daylight iOS theme eventually, and starting tomorrow actually I'm going to start putting in an application for Samsung to see if they'll get me hired on to create an Android version of it for Samsung devices specifically. Maybe not all Android devices, but for people who have Galaxies, at least it's something as far as Android is concerned. But yeah, I'm doing okay. And I've been good as well. Jerusalem, just same thing that I pretty much just told him. So, good morning for you. Well, it is now nighttime for me. It is like 10 p.m. for me. 7 a.m. with 1 hour of sleep. Yeah, fuck, dude. Like, for me, when PTB came out, I only got 4 hours of sleep. And well, I did a late night stream trying to grind through the last challenges I had to do for Tome 2, and then I went to bed at like 4 a.m. and then had to wake back up in 4 hours for PTB, cover that, and then take a quick little few hour nap, and then go to get my flu shot and try to find some quick Christmas shopping stuff. So for some of my family, and didn't really find anything, and here I am doing a third stream today. So like I said, I love what I do. I'm not complaining. I love doing this stuff. So when there's no poo-poo on the paper, I wipe myself again. Hey, you gotta double check, you know? It's like if you wipe once and you're unsure, you should always do a double wipe just to make sure. Anyways, hello there, Space Godzilla Official. How's it going there, man? Welcome to the stream. Just doing some conversions for Dead by Daylight to Unity here. Okay, so we're going to rescale him. I think I'm going to rescale him maybe a couple inches taller here. We'll try this. Oh shit, that makes him way smaller, doesn't it? No, we don't want him like an ant. We want him really bad with my scaling. I think we can do... I think it's that I need to do. There we go. Maybe one... fuck. Nope. No! We stretched him. We need to do 1.5 maybe. Nah, that's way too tall. 1.05 maybe. That might work. We'll go with that and see how tall he is, because again, this guy is a pretty big giant. So we're gonna just copy over our Oni FBX here and re-export him, and then re-import him, and then go from there. Okay, and then we're gonna actually use a camper as a reference to how tall he should be. So we're going to use... I'll just use Jake Parks. I love Jake. He's my main. So we're going to plug him over to the left here. Oh, I need to fix the lighting. There we go. So we got Jake Park loaded in here. I'm going to go ahead and check this camera. Why isn't it disappearing? Oh, there we go. Okay, let's go ahead and see. Ah, that's much better. That looks pretty damn accurate to what it looks like in game. He could be even a little bit bigger than that, honestly. But I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think that's good? Going by height from Jake Park to him, he may be a little bit taller, but I want to see what you guys think. Wunda, yes, I discussed this in my last stream. Somebody was curious about the same question. The totem that I have over there, I made it myself, bought the parts from individual resellers, and basically put it together myself. Yes, I'm not a cocky person, but I'm pretty impressed with the way it came out. I'll give you a little rundown how I made that. So the skulls I bought off of a guy off Etsy, same guy that I bought the skulls from. I bought his fuck, I forget where you call this part of your bone. I'm gonna be taking anatomy next semester. Funny enough to get my bone names and all that, but oh, I think it's called the humerus. The humerus. This is your humerus bone right here. This part of your bone that connects to your shoulder to this part of your arm. So the humerus is down there. There's three. I bought three of them from him. That's from the same guy that made my skulls. The sticks I got up at my local mountains, and then I got a hacksaw and I started sawing away the excess parts that I didn't need. Then I nailed the sticks together. And to make it look like I didn't nail them together, I used black screws so you couldn't really see it. I used the twine to make it look like the twine's actually holding the sticks together, but that actually isn't going to do a really good job. I recommend screwing them in. And then the little cloths that are hanging off the sticks is just a very dirty automotive rag because I work on my car a lot. I have a lot of rags in my garage, and I just decided to rip it up and tear it up to fit the rags that fit around the bones. The only thing that's missing is the apothecary that hangs from the skulls. And the femur bones that go up the sticks as well. I'm looking for a carrier that sells those bones because the guy that does the bones for Etsy doesn't actually have those bones. And then the little charms, the little silver skull charms, I also got off another carrier off Etsy, or not Etsy, eBay, for like $12 from somebody out in UK. So yeah, everything's been piece by piece from other retailers. So a little taller. All right, so I guess we could make them a tad bit taller, huh? All right, so we'll go 0.011 maybe. 0.011 is probably his custom, which is the same size as custom Ghostface. So we'll go ahead and export him again. Okay, we'll go ahead and delete Oni again. Plug back in Oni. Oh yeah, that looks much better. Yep, I think that's it. That's it right there. That looks pretty damn good. Yep, I'm gonna call that done. That's probably where you should be. 0.11 as the scalability is where it should be. So there we go. He's scaled properly. All right, now it's time to do the texture work. The most tedious part that I hate doing. Texture work is very, very painful. So now that we have them rendered in here, I'm going to make sure that the materials here is legacy. Hit apply. I like using legacy materials, a little bit easier to work with in my opinion. The rig, obviously we're going to set that to humanoid, but we're going to deal with the rig later. We're not going to fuck with the rig right now. I'll show you how to do that later, because Polly would like to see, and I'm pretty sure you guys would like to see the new cosmetics for Oni and what they look like, so I'll definitely have that. I may even have a separate video from this stream for you guys. I'll re-edit the video, download the video, and have it separate video of what the cosmetic renders look like for the separate cosmetics that we're going to get. So I'll have that by tonight, hopefully. Again, I'm a very busy guy when it comes to YouTube right now, like especially when we get new content for Dead by Daylight. Like I'm on that like flies on horse shit, man. Alright, so I'm not going to rig up his humanoid texture just yet, but what I am going to do is look at his textures that are given to us right now. Let me see yours. Okay, so here's the new textures, that new material files that we have here. So I'm looking for his hair one specifically, because his hair one, The hair I think I'm going to work with first because it's going to be the most difficult texture to work with. But we want to make sure it's set to cutout and two-sided. That way we can see both sides of his hair here. Hair meshing anyway. Dude, Anime Arts, if you have that shader, I swear to God, I will love you forever if you show me how to use it. I would very much love to use that shader. If you found a shader that animates the hair to make it look a lot like the one that we see in Dead by Daylight, and you know how to apply the textures properly, dude, please hook me up with that, because like I said, it's very difficult with the spirits, and probably going to be for the Onis. I've never fucked with the Onis texture yet, but we're going to do that right now. The spirit's hair is very difficult to work with because it's an animated hair mesh, and it's very hard to work with in Unity because obviously we don't have that particle effect going on with the hair. So, but yeah, we're going to deal with the hair here first because I think that's going to be the most difficult to work with. So let's go ahead and start that right now. So we're going to go into our Oni folder here, and again, you guys are going to have Photoshop to do this, or some kind of photo editing program that allows you to edit, and I prefer Photoshop. So I think it's okay. We got a hair mask texture right here. Let's go ahead and boot that up into Photoshop. This might be the alpha, I think, but I could be wrong. Okay, no, that is a useless texture file that only the game uses. So this one I'm actually going to delete so I don't get confused because I don't need that texture file. I think it's probably in this one. I don't need this one. Okay, I could be wrong. It could be in the common art folder. The common art folder is kind of a folder that is shared between campers and slashers for oh, that's interesting. I don't actually have a common art. It's basically a folder that's shared between campers and slashers that use the similar hair textures. It's usually found in the campers folder, and I think it's probably in Heidi. That's why. Yeah, here we go. So HK hair 01M HK01. So this is the hair map, and this one's the normal map. But I need to find the actual texture, which I may have to actually boot up UModel because I think I accidentally forgot it. God damn. Yeah, I think I had forgotten to get it. That's fine, whatever. I did have that folder opened up just in case that would have happened. So let me go into UModel here really quick, and I will go ahead and look that up right now. Yeah, I think it's a particle effect of some sort that the hair is. You could be right. It's like an image moving effect. Distortion, it's another way of looking at it too. Something that's hard to mimic in Unity without exactly what you said, like a shader, a custom shader. So Sweden, we gotta go to textures. Actually, no, we're not gonna use textures. We're actually gonna go to the hair file here, so I can look up the textures that are specific for this. Alright, so page up. I already got the normal map, so this is the normal map. That's the map. Fuck, I don't have the actual texture. See, this is what I'm talking about, is it doesn't quite have a texture. It seems to be using, let me see. It seems to be using this texture as a hair, but we know his hair is white. I wonder if we can use this and then apply the alpha to it. Let's go ahead and export this. We could probably use this white background that we have here as the hair maybe, and just use the map on top of it to tell it what it really wants to look for. I mean, we could also go into Heidi, because Heidi is where it's grabbing these textures from. because they share, the textures share with Spirit. His hair textures share with Spirit's. They're located in outfit 01, I believe. Hair mask. That's just a gradient. That's also just a gradient. Let me have an idea. Let me see if I can find her hair texture through here. See, there's that hair map again. Yeah, see, I'm not going to find that hair. I think I'm going to try my best just to use that white texture and see what happens if we apply that on top of the hair alpha map there. This isn't probably going to work, but I guess the thought that counts, right? Oh yeah, that's too small. That is not going to work. I really don't have a texture map that's probably going to work with this very well. I'm going to have to come up with something. I wonder if we can boot the alpha map. I wonder if we can use this map. I'm going to save as, but we're going to call this a BC file. Save it. 32-bit texture. I have an idea, but I don't know if this is going to work, but we can try. Yeah, it's like everything, you got to play with it just right. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to use this, but then apply this on top. Hit OK, channels. We don't need an alpha. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to select all this. Adjustments, levels. Oh shit, I forgot to make a copy. I have no idea if this is going to work or not, but I'm going to see if it works. Actually, you know what? Before we do this, I think I have a hair texture that will actually work with Oni, actually. Because I think I've already converted the HK hair for Spirit. Hold on, I pretty sure I've done this already. Kind of. But this one's black. This one is supposed to be for Spirit. But again, it's not the best, but it's something. I'm wondering if this one might work a little bit better actually. We're gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna call this 03 just so it's easier to find. And then what we're going to do is we're going to plug that into textures. Okay, and then we're going to go see if we can find that. HK here. That looks like it might work. Alright. It's not terrible. I mean, again, it's not cutting off as great as I wish it would, but I mean, it's not entirely terrible either. I mean, it's workable, it's doable, I guess. I'm not quite happy with it, but again, like I said, that when it comes to these hair textures for these characters specifically, like Spirit and now I'm realizing the Oni, it's a lot harder to work with these hair textures because they don't really quite have a BC texture file, so you kind of have to make your own because they use a particle effect, or like Anime Art said, they have a image distortion effect that's kind of acts as a particle effect for their hair, so it's very interesting. I don't think it's located there. I can double check, but I don't think it's going to be like I told you guys. The hair is shared with the spirit, and it's just located in the same folder as the spirit, where the hair texture is. Again, I could try and see, but I don't think it's going to be there. Yeah, see, head is about the only thing in the H's that I'm going to find, which is the prestige head. Mask, torso. Yeah, there's nothing in here. It would be located in outfit 01 or outfit 00, and oh wait a minute, hold on. Yeah, again, it's just a gradient. It's not an actual hair texture. So yeah, again, I had to pretty much forge together my own, and it's not perfect, but again, it's decent looking, I guess. Like I said, it's not perfect, but it's better than what we don't have, right? I think I'm going to set this to 2. Let's see. Yeah, I guess I'll set it to 2. And there you go. I'm just going to call that done, because I don't really have another solution or option for his hair. It's a little blocky. Again, though, it's really not that bad. You know, it's it looks good for what it is. You know, again, it's not that bad. So I think we're just gonna live with that. We can, however, use the normal maps, and it might help us a little bit. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. Okay, so that's already done. No. The normal maps might give it a little bit more depth, but it's not necessarily true. We're going to go overwrite this BC file really quick. Alright, so here's the normal map. We're going to go ahead and convert the normal map to work with Unity. And all you have to do is Control I. Yeah, actually, I think it's just this one. Control I on green. Save, and you've now converted the normal map. You no longer need this alpha map, so we just need these two here. Actually, I think I already have this normal map. Actually, I could probably already have that in Unity as well, because it uses the same file. So let me see if I have that already. HK hair. No, actually I don't. Okay, so now that I do have it, though, I'm going to go ahead and insert it in there. Oh, and HK hair. We're going to delete that really quick. I'm going to actually call this, for the Oni, because he uses a different hair technically, I'm going to actually rename the material for him. I'm going to rename this hair to... Oh wait, it already has its own name. So actually we're going to rename the hair texture file, I'm sorry, to SK instead of HK. So that way you guys don't get confused. So it's going to be SK hair 01 and SK hair for the normal map as well. So SK hair 1 normal, SK hair 1 BC. BC is the regular texture file. SK is the normal hair texture, normal map that is. So we're going to go ahead and put that in there. Yeah, the new map props for the Yamaoka map is pretty cool. I agree. I played the new Shrine map on my first play on... my first play on Survivor, and I was pretty invested in it. But like me and Porcelain talked about in our Discord, it's a little too much foliage going on, and a little too much... too many shrine statues too. I think they could tone it down just a little bit, because it's a little difficult for the killer to see. So very Survivor favored in that respect. There you go. His hair is now complete. Now the next thing that we have to do is now start texturing the rest of the body here, which we are going to do. This is going to be the more tedious part over the hair, I believe, because we have to, it's mainly the ORM files, but having to do it every single time is the most difficult part because you have a lot of ORM files, and you also have to do the normal maps as well. So normal maps, just want to make sure that these are converted here by inverting the green channel and then doing the ORM file. So the ORM, we just want to duplicate the green, invert, hit OK, and then go into image adjustments, channel mixer 0, green 0, red 100, and that one's converted. Save. We don't need to worry about height maps. Height maps aren't really a thing for Unity. Don't really need them. Could use them if you'd like to, but they're not really a necessity. Alright, body ORM, duplicate, invert, adjustments, channel mixer 0, green 0, 100, and there we go. Go ahead and save it. Okay, that was the head that I just dealt with, or was it the head or was it that the body? Okay, I think that was the body. So now we got to do head here. Look at that beautiful face right there. Go ahead and save that. Now we got to do the ORM. Duplicate the green. Ah, fuck, not invert. Duplicate, invert. Image adjustments, channel mix. I don't know if I just went offline for a quick second, so apologies. I think I may have went offline for a quick second. Yeah, I don't know what happened to the server. I think the server crapped out on me, so sorry about that. Yeah, I'm sorry, man. I can't do the in-game renders anymore. It would just crash on me. I've explained this plenty. Again, it's because the engine changed from the developer build using 4.22, and the developer build used 4.21. So, yeah, it sucks. And it saved me a lot of time just having to plug all that shit into the developer build and showing you guys that way, but I have to do it the painful way. So. I don't think I need this texture file, the IDDs. I don't think IDDs are really a useful texture. BD I will definitely use though, but we will figure that out another time. Okay, so we've already done all the basic skin textures, and now we're going to start doing the additional armor textures and things like that. So again, it's just the same shit. You can see why this takes a long time, because you have to plug in each individual normal map and ORM file and basically converting it for Unity to read properly. Because if you plug these in and try putting them in their respectable spots, it's not gonna, they're not gonna render quite properly. I think I may have screwed something up here. Image adjustments, channel mixer 0, green 0. Okay, I guess that's fine. So sometimes you get all green, and that's completely normal. So. So we did the arms, IDD belt. There's no IDD here. Belt has a map, so it looks like the belt has an alpha applied to it. Oh, I see why, because it's got cloth. Okay, in this situation it has cloth. It looks like, yeah, see, exactly what I thought. So we have to apply this alpha map to the cloth here. So this can be even 10 times longer, because now you got to do this extra step here. And there you have it. Okay, something doesn't look like it's quite adding up properly, though. I think I actually fucked something up here. Let me just restart this, because that doesn't look normal. Okay, we're going to duplicate this one, click on that one. Yeah, I think I actually screwed something up, that's why. That looks a little bit more like it. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and hit save. Targa, 32 bits. Now we can now delete the map, because we no longer need the alpha map. We just needed to get that alpha map there. Convert this normal map, save it. this ORM belt file here, duplicate the green, invert. Look at those rainbowy colors. It's now going to be all one color in 2 seconds. Well, 2 colors. The little light blue areas are the parts that are going to shine metally, metallic look on the texture. Little fun fact there. New killer looks awesome. Yep, I think he looks awesome too. He's about to look even 10 times more awesome in this Unity render once I have all these textures converted. Again, like I said, it's kind of a little tedious task here, but it's coming along. I'm going to get rid of all these height maps and IDD files. We don't need tint or IDD files. Yep, that looks more like it. We're about halfway done here with texturing conversions here. So now we're dealing with the body here. So body, this body looks the same as, is this the same? No, it's not the same. Huh. Let me see what material files this guy needs. He actually just uses body 00. I don't know why this one actually has a body 01. Huh, that's kind of puzzling. We may not actually have to convert that texture file. We just need to make sure we have head 00, body 00, and torso 01, and arms 01. So this is going to be a little interesting. I don't think we actually need to convert body 01. So that one we're going to leave out actually, because I don't think we needed to convert that one. I'm actually going to delete it, but I'll keep it in my recycling bin just in case I need to pull those textures back out, because I don't think we need to worry about these ones. Hell, even the arms, I don't think. So arm 01, and I did those already for no damn reason. I'm going to go ahead and delete those. Now, does it use leg 01? Yes, it does. It does use leg 01, so we're going to do leg 01 for sure. Okay, so duplicate channel, invert. Oh wait, no, that's not what we want to do. I just fucked up, I'm sorry. Just want to invert this one. There we go. Okay, legs is done. Time to do the ORM. Again, this is why it's very tedious, because you have to do all this shit over and over again. And now you can see why, if I'm going to do the other 2 Oni cosmetics, I think there's like 3 of them, but if I decide to do the other 2 Oni cosmetics, it's going to take me a while, because the texturing is what takes a little while. Because you have to convert each and every one of these little files, so. The cutout function will actually crash the game. Well, that's kind of something to worry about. If your little shader does that, I'm pretty sure they would hate, VRChat would hate you for crashing people's games if that loads up into the game, probably. That would be pretty funny. Okay, I've already done the legs here. Mask 01, let me make sure that one's one of them. Oh, I think I gotta go to the separate one for that. Yep, mask 01 is definitely one that's needed. For BDE files, it's very simple. You actually just split the channels here. And you just want the blue here, and we're going to save that and overwrite that BDE file right now. Because we do not need the other ones. BDE files just allow for luminescence, so probably just make that like red eyes or something. The normal map for the mask here. We're almost done, guys. Just got to do the torso here. Oh, torso has BDE textures too. Oh, that's interesting. Let's see, channel mixer. Oops. Oh, guess that works too, whatever. Okay, so this BDE file, it's probably the additional eyes that are on the chest piece, I see. Split channels, save the blue one, and overwrite the BDE texture file. Nope, don't need it because it has nothing on that channel. Normal map. Okay, I just got one more after this one, guys, and then we can plug in the textures. Adjustments, channel mixer. Ooh, no, don't want that. And done. Okay, so, excuse me, I got like peanuts stuck down my throat and it is really fucking annoying. Give me like 2 seconds, I'm gonna go grab a quick drink real quick. And then we'll go ahead and start texturing this guy. Alrighty, ready. Here we are. And now I have to sneeze. Alright, let me make sure I save this. Oh, I did. Okay. Excuse me. The real meaning of being dead by daylight, yeah, because it's bugged by daylight, huh? Alright, so now that we've gotten the texture set up, now all we have to do is just plug in the textures here, and it's pretty much straightforward from here. So we're going to need all these texture files here, and we're going to plug them into the textures folder. And then we're also going to need the ones from the outfit 00 folder, because those ones have the one for the head and the arms, I believe. So give it a second, it's carrying over right now. Alright, there we go, it's done. Let me make sure I know which ones I need specifically though. So I need just the head and the body by the looks of it. So, wait, and I think arms too, right? Oh, I actually need arm 01 actually, funny enough. So arm 01, we're actually going to bring those out. See, this is why I didn't completely delete them, because I realized I may need them again. So we're actually going to put those, I'll put those back into this respectable folder, put those in the textures folder. So we don't actually need arm 00, I don't think, so I just have those just in case. But we do need body 00, and we need head 00. So these files specifically. We don't need arm 00, strangely, because arm 01 seems to be the one that it actually uses. Alright, so that's done, and now we're going to start texturing them. Here we go. So SK arm 01, so we go to SK arms, there we go. Metallic would be the ORM file, SK arms. As you can see, it adds the sheen to his arms. SK arms. And for the normal map here, hit fix now. So that adds in the finer details in there on the mesh, on the texture. Arms. And then for the occlusion, you just use the same one for metallic, which adds basically the occlusion. This one I don't think really has any occlusion that I'm seeing. Maybe very little in the nails, but very little at all. SK belt. I believe this is the one that has cloth, so you would just go under cutout. So that alpha map that we applied to the cloth now shows visibly here. I usually like to set it at 0.5. 0.5 it seems to be the perfect amount, which is pretty much default. Also, I think, yeah, you're gonna actually have to use a two-sided shader for this one too. As you can see there, if we just use a regular shader, you're not going to see the backface culling that's going on there. So, because there is backface culling on a lot of the cloth parts for Dead by Daylight avatars, so make sure you have a two-sided shader there to make that stand out better. And honestly, I may have to. Okay. I may actually have to make that a separate mesh, because this cloth actually probably moves in game now that I'm thinking about it. And because that mesh moves in game, This is basically a cloth material, and I would have to add cloth dynamics to this, which I will have to do in another time. That would take too much time for this live stream. As is, this live stream's already probably going on for an hour and a half now, or almost an hour and a half, anyway. So I will make this a separate mesh in Unity, or sorry, Blender here, and then re-export it. So that's not a problem. Just seeing that right now and seeing that that's noticeable. SK belt, again, we're using the ORM file in here. SK belt, this one's going to be the normal map. Hit fix now. And that adds the finer details. SK belt. That adds the occlusion. That's where you can see the occlusion a lot better here. See the darkening. Gets rid of some of that white sheen. And you can see some of the blood on the cloth is a little bit shinier too. So Mr. Balrog, which he's in our Discord, he's not very active in our Discord at all, but he's helped me out a great deal with rigging up avatar texturing and things like that. So a lot of my props and condolences go to him. I got a lot of mad respect for him for showing me this stuff. So, because without him, I would have never have discovered this shit. So, again, that's what I'm talking about when I do a lot of these avatar conversions. A lot of it's either self-taught or things I've learned from other people or other YouTubers, and I've just kind of put it all together. Alright, so that one's done. SK legs. Okay, so that's basically the legs. I think it's because some of the legs, some cosmetics use this skin, and usually a lot of the skin texture files are labeled as 00. I've noticed, so anytime it's a skin texture, it's usually, we'll say 00, and anytime it's actually got clothing on it, it'll be like labeled as an actual number, not just zeros. So that's what I've actually kind of noticed. So another little fun fact there. SK legs and SK legs. SK legs. And there you go. Look at all that nice fine detail that is now added to the legs because of the texture files. See how shiny it is on his boots? When you move around, the shine kind of moves with it. That is all due to the ORM files. The ORM really makes the model pop because it adds all that extra finer detail, not just the normal maps, but okay, SK mask. Now the mask is being textured. Look at that guy, he looks fucking badass. And there you go. This mask is all textured up as well. Very, very cool. I think if I add the BDE, which is basically you would just check emissions, and we type in SK mask for that BDE file right here. Oh yeah, that's badass. Okay. I believe this is actually supposed to be red. Oh yeah, that's so fucking cool. So, I want to make this more of a trigger. So I'm sure I can set that, but basically what you would do is you make it like a trigger and the eyes will shine red. You could, because if I like turn out the light here, you can see the red shows more. So it'll be shown in the dark, but I think for the purpose of this avatar, I'm going to keep it unchecked for right now. But I also have a BDE for the torso files as well, so SK torso, SK torso, SK torso, MSK torso. Alright, and I think, what was this one? TC hair. I think that one, oh, that's for the cannibal. Okay, so that's a different texture. That's untextured for a reason. So there you go. He's completely textured up now. That's what the Oni would look like rendered up in Unity and or VRChat. So now the last thing I would need to do, and again, there's one last thing I'm probably going to do, but I may just reconvert him, is this eyeball is actually animated. And, you know, actually I might make its own animation actually. I may not actually pull it out. I may just animate it myself. It's very easy to animate the eyeball that's on the mask. I remember having issues with the eyeball on the Hollowed Blight Spirit because she has a third eyeball in the center of her forehead, but for whatever reason was not rigging properly with the armature there. So I may just do this manually myself. It's not very hard to animate something like that to make the eyeball move. It's very easy to do. So, but yeah, that's what it looks like animated there, or sorry, rigged up. And all I usually like to do is save scene, avatars, Dead by Daylight, scenes, and we like to call this Oni here. And then one last thing that I have to do for this cosmetic though is I also need to convert the sword. So okay, so 0.011 is for Oni, and I'm going to actually save that in my avatar scaling so I know next time what scale I need to do. So Oni is 0.011. I'm going to save that. Shit. Save, okay. We got to do his weapon. His weapon is the last thing that we have to do, and his is called the Yamaoka blade. So what I would like to do now is hit new, general. I'm actually gonna save this on the desktop just in case I need to refer back to this Blender file, but I don't think I'm gonna need to. So general, delete everything. Again, PSK. This one's pretty easy to do. So Oni, game, characters, slashers, Sweden, weapons, models, and this one is the Yamaoka blade. Because it has this little tassel on the bottom of the sword, and if you want to make this move with cloth physics, cloth dynamics, you just hit edit. Actually, you know what? How many material files is this? Okay, this is actually called an apex. The little tassel on the bottom is actually called an apex. So what I could do is I could just basically do what I did with it last time, hit edit, P, by material. Now it creates that mesh as its own separate little material there. But I'm really hyped when you make the new Survivor finished. I really like her. She is like a rework of Kate. Yeah, I'll definitely do her. I think I'll do her really fast before I convert the other Oni cosmetics. I know Polyester wants to see those rendered up, and I'll definitely do that. I may stop the stream, though, because I don't want it to get lengthy, but I will have another video uploaded tonight before I go to bed of basically what the new Oni cosmetics look like for each cosmetic. Again, it'll take me about an hour, maybe even 2 hours to get that out. Like I said, I'm pulling another all-nighter tonight. I don't even think I'm going to be able to do another tier grind tonight because today was basically just focusing on the PTB content that we got today. So, and I know a lot of us are fucking eating it up like flies on horse shit, like I say. Once I'm done with Yui, I will definitely stop the stream from here and then just give me some time. I'll have another video out later in about an hour or two of the new Oni cosmetics, so you guys can see those rendered up. They're just to hold people tight. You know, they're not going to be the best renders, obviously. Skimu, I know he's probably already working on this as we speak to get us some really good 4K renders because he's really good at that shit. So. Again, this is just to hold everybody tight for now. So we're just going to call this, I guess we'll just call it the same, Apex. I'll rename the mesh to Apex for the little tassel on the bottom, so if people want to add cloth dynamics to it, they can. We'll just call this, see, I already lost the spelling. I don't even remember what this blade was even fucking called. I mean, spelling it anyway, I know what it's called, but Yamaoka blade, so Yamaoka blade. So that's what the blade's called. Actually, sorry, we're gonna copy this. Actually, we're gonna call this. We're just call this sword, I guess. We'll actually call this part the actual name of it. So, Yamaoka blade, or we can make it sound more badass blade, I guess. Yeah, there we go. Yamaoka blade, and again, the same thing like the Oni. You want to make sure that all these texture material files are all white. Let me see here. That one's already white because I was fucking with it earlier. Alright, there we go. Make sure those are all white. And we just need to scale it down and we're good to go. We don't have to use cats in this situation because there's no real armature connected to this blade here. So, at least that I'm familiar with. Yeah, there's no armature. So, select everything, hit view, and no, sorry, item, and just scale it down to 0.011, because that's the size of the Oni, so we want to make sure it's all the same size. There we go, and we're done. Now we hit save, export, FBX, and we'll just call it Yamaoka blade. Did I misspell that? I feel like I misspelled that. That's what I'm saying, man. All these Japanese spellings is really hurting me right now. There we go, and now the blade is done. Now we're gonna go ahead and hit file new, and now we're gonna import the Kanobo, I think it's called, which is that big ass club that he has on his back, since he does have two weapons technically. So same thing like the sword. We're gonna go ahead and import that now, and then we're pretty much done with the Oni. Slashers. And this one's going to be WS01 because it's basically a secondary weapon that he uses. I think this one actually has an additional mesh, actually. It just reminded me. Yep, it does. It does have an additional mesh that attaches to it. Okay. I don't know. I may actually have to use cats for this one. Custom model creation. Joint character. Merge all bones. Let's see what happens, I guess. I'm really fucking lost with this one. I don't know how this is going to actually work really well. What happens if I move this? What happens? Oh, that's cool. Okay, so this actually can move. You could add, for these bones specifically, you could add dynamic bones to make this type of stuff move if you really wanted to. That's really why it's there. It's just to make things move on the weapon itself. Just want to make sure that everything moves. Okay, yeah, everything seems to be moving with it, so it's okay. So we're gonna call this the. Damn, I've already forgotten how to spell it. Hold on, give me a second. Let me see how you spell this really quick. Oni Kanobo. Kanabo. I think it's Kanabo. Alright, let's see. Kanabo. For the armature, just make sure it's just called armature. And again, we're just going to make sure that the materials are all white. Ooh, wrong one. Fuck. There we go. All white. And there we go. Now we just got to rescale it again. Go to item 0.011, 0.011, and now we're done. See, pretty simple. It's not a whole lot you have to really fuck with in Blender. It's very straightforward. Kanabo. FBX. Okay. All done. The Oni is now complete. And now what I'm going to do is just create a separate folder to get this ready for MediaFire upload. So an Oni is what I'll call it. Fuck, that's right, I've already called one Oni. So what I'm actually going to do is call this one, this is the Blender stuff, Oni 2, and we'll call this one Oni. Of course, because I got Photoshop open, damn it. I think it's also because I got Blender open. Let me close Blender really quick. It's going to take a second. Sometimes Photoshop has to take a little second to close down before I can just hit try again. So I think I'm the only one who make the avatars realistic, meaning the particle systems and sounds, etc. Because every time someone needs help, every time come to me and ask for it. Yeah, I don't know how to do particle effects. That's probably where your profession is. Particle effects, I'm really I've never really screwed with a lot of particle effects. I do want to make particle effects for some of my killers. Like I would love to do Doctor's electricity effects. I would love to do Plague's puke bile effects. What else? Mainly those two specifically because they have those type of particle effects that they actually work and use. So, and we can't rip particle effects from Unreal Engine using UModel, unfortunately, but that would be really cool if we could. So yeah, you're definitely a guy when it comes to particle effects. Oni, let's go ahead and create one for weapons. Go ahead and hit new folder, call one Kanabo, and call another one Yamaoka Blade. There we go, Kanabo. Now we gotta get the textures for the weapons really quick. I gotta convert those as well. So we're gonna go get the weapons textures and start converting those. The IDDs we don't need. We do need the normal maps though. Yeah, for sure. If you know how to do the particle effects for the hair, I'd be really interested in that because I would love to apply it to. I would love to apply it to my avatar world. I mean, hell, if you just did VRChat tutorials on how to do particle effects, I'd be willing to credit you as well. If I incorporate them into my own interpretations, obviously I would credit you for showing me how to do the particle effects, and credit you for the particle effects themselves, because obviously you're the one that created them in any way, and then I'm just using them. So credit where credit is due there. Everybody likes credit. Nobody likes to be discredited. Let's see, tint. We don't need tint files. Invert. And now we just got to do the ORM, and we're done here. And adjustments. 100. File save. And there we go. All done. So I think the ones with W are usually, yeah, these ones are going to be for the Kanabo. So these ones, we'll hit cut, go into the Oni folder here, weapons, Kanabo, paste the textures in there. Yamaoka blade will be this one. And then for the Oni, so we need, again, fuck. Alright, I already lost which materials we need for Oni again. So for Oni, we need arm 01. So the only ones we need is body 00 and head 00. So we don't need those. I need body all the way through head. And then I think I just need every single one of these files right here. So, and there we go. All the Oni's textures are all put together here. So we are now done. Oh, I need to get the hair actually. The hair texture file, because I don't think I incorporated that. See, I would have made a big no-no, and then people would have been like, where's the hair texture file? And I've been like, oh fuck, I forgot to add it. Here we go. And there's the hair texture file. There you go. All nice and done. And now he is ready to go on Mediafire here. So I'm just going to create a RAR here and just call it Oni. Put it in a WinRAR format so you guys will have compression. And there you go. He is, damn, 117 megabytes. Ouch. I'm going to go ahead and delete that folder there. I don't think, I'm going to hold onto this Blender file just in case I need it. I'm just going to put it up here for right now. Alright, we don't need Oni 2 anymore. I'm going to go ahead and close Photoshop again so I can close this. That's going to take a second, so I'm going to check chat really quick. You need the sound of it, of the Oni. What do you mean the sound? Do you need the sound files for Oni? Because I can get those very easily, because I do have the converter that allows me to convert B&K audio, which is what the game uses, and I can convert it to an OGG format, and then you can convert OGG to whatever other format you want, like MP3 or WAV or what have you. So now we're going to do Yui. Yui is the survivor. She's pretty easy. She's actually going to be a lot easier than fucking Oni here. A lot of the killer cosmetics and killers in general are usually the most difficult to make just because they have so much shit going on. So many textures, so much meshes that are attached to the killer. So that's usually what makes it very difficult. So yeah, we don't need, I mean, we're going to keep Unity open because we're still going to need it, but we're going to double click and open up Blender again because now we're going to start doing Yui here. Let me see. Also, Yui has her own hair files, so it shouldn't be too hard to rig up the proper hair texture for her. So it's only going to be like 3 things, actually like 4, I think, because of the hair. But usually what I like to do is I like to start with the torso first. There we go. There's her torso. Actually, it could be like 5 because I think she has some other additional accessories. And now we're going to go ahead and import the jewelry, I guess. Go ahead and hit cats, custom model creation, merge all armatures. The base is obviously going to be the torso. To merge. There we go. This. Actually, I wonder if we can start with a head first. Actually, sorry, we're going to actually start this all over. I think the head mesh would be a lot better to start with. Because I think the head mesh comes with every single bone. I could be completely incorrect on that, but well, we're going to give it a shot. Okay, I was completely wrong. It only gives me so many bones. Whatever, we'll start with a head mesh, I guess. And now we're going to import the hair. Cats. Model creation to merge. The head is going to be our basic. Oops, didn't mean to do that just yet. Damn it. So the hair, merge, okay. Blanked out. Okay, now we're going to do the torso. Torso's next. Cats. Head. Torso, merge. Alright, it's coming together, it's coming together. Jewelry, cats. Merge. PSK, import. Legs are next. Merge. Cats. Merge. Okay, and we're just going to test out the armature and make sure everything moves fluidly because we don't want any weight painting issues because that would be bad. And as you can see, everything seems to be moving correctly. Her leg moves correctly. Let me see. Arms move correctly. We can have them broken backwards. Yeah, I'll definitely get those files. I don't know if I'll get them tonight, just because I'm already getting pretty tired, but I'll definitely look into getting them by tomorrow. I'm going to be a little busy tomorrow, so I probably won't have a whole lot of videos out tomorrow other than my NECA figure review. It's just a really small video. I don't know if anybody really cares about really a lot of NECA figures. I feel like it's just me, but it's just to throw out more horror-related content to my channel, so it's not that I'm just doing Dead by Daylight stuff. Um, but yeah, I'll definitely get those audio sound files sometime, probably tomorrow, because I got to look through them, so it's going to take some time. And I'm already going to be busy converting the other. That's kind of interesting. I don't think that's supposed to be like that. Ew. Why is that like that? Now it's kind of got me worried now. I don't know if that's supposed to be like that. I think there's an error here. Hold on, I think I can easily fix that though. Oh. Why do you do this? Why do you do this to me? There we go. I think that was just a little error, but I fixed it. Yeah, there we go. I still don't really know if this armature is actually... I think the torso had its own bones, but let me import it in just to find out. There's something just not right with this armature, like something's not adding up. Let me move it over here. Let me just make sure everything works as it should. Okay, it's supposed to be like that. I just wanted to be sure, because something just didn't seem right about it. It was just this cloth part. It's not moving really well, but that's normal. Either which way, when you add cloth dynamics, you can actually add cloth dynamics to these pieces to make them move, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. So what we're going to do is hit edit mode, buy material, and then we're going to click on the cloth, her shirt here, buy loose parts. Ooh, interesting. I don't think I can... Damn, she doesn't have a loose part for her jacket. Very interesting indeed. Okay, well, there's a slight problem. I don't think I'm going to add cloth dynamics to it, though. Part of me thinks it's just fine without cloth dynamics. This jacket is mainly leather, by the way it looks like in game. It's actually kind of weird that they made it move as much as it does in game, her jacket, because leather is a very hard material and it doesn't really flow too much. So I think I'm actually just not going to add cloth dynamics to it or have that option available. Because now look at what it did. It created it created over 50 fucking meshes. Now I gotta deal with all that. Actually, you know, I'll just let Cats do it for me. Cats is a lifesaver for me. So yeah, this avatar is pretty much rigged up properly. Very simple. You could add cloth dynamics to that piece right here, which is this. This is basically the tassels for her sweatpants that she's wearing, or whatever the hell it is. You can just call this like, oops, damn, I held shift too long. You can call this, fuck, I don't know what you call these off the pants. They also have them in jackets too, the little string. I guess we could call it strings, I guess, string. Let me make sure that's the right part. Oh, that is not the right part. Where's the mesh for this one? Okay, it's being really funkadoodle. Because it's telling me that this is string, but I don't think this is string. This is a nail mesh. Okay, we're just gonna have to go through these, I guess. Come on, where are you? Stop being a fucking cunt to me. Let me find you. Oh, I think I know why. It's because it's not separated by loose material. Alright, you know what? Damn. Ain't that a kick in the face. Let's go ahead and join this, I guess. No mesh data, what are you talking about? Alright, let me make sure that's joined together. No, not all of it's joined together. There we go. Now it's all joined together. And this one's actually called string. I'm making this a lot harder on myself, honestly, but whatever. We're going to actually have to manually just join all these together. Just because I've created that separate mesh now. And if I tell you, or cats, to basically join every mesh together, what's going to happen is I'm not going to have that mesh separate anymore. So what I'm doing is I'm allowing you to add a cloth dynamic to those strings, if you so wish to do that, because it doesn't actually have any armature to those strings to allow for dynamic bones if you wish to just use dynamic bones instead. So that's exactly why we're doing it this way. There we go. That was a little painful, but I got it. So. What do you mean look at her hair? This number will definitely crash your game. Yeah, that was like 100 meshes, but I took it down to 2, so. Let's see here. I'll check her hair out. Obviously, I'm going to texture her hair. I'm pretty sure I know what texture to use for her hair. I've looked at all the files, and I know which one to use. So, of course, her name, we'll get to her name after we fix her here. So, join meshes, we're going to keep the upper chest here. Oh, and we're going to make sure that we do, again, so this one's CM hair 012 mask. Which one is this? This is actually your hair. Yeah, shit. I don't know which one this one is. Oh, okay, this is her eyelashes. Gotcha. The eyelashes are going to be a problem, because I don't know if they're sharing a file or not. Let me see in Unity if I have that same CM hair texture, and I may just pull it from, it could be being used from Kate. Yeah, it's using the same texture file as Kate, CM hair 012. What's this one called? CM hair 012 mask. So yeah, I think it's using the same hair texture as that. So I don't know if I'm going to call it mask. I could always rename this later, so I think I'm just going to keep it as is. So hair is actually what is going to be exactly what I thought, her actual hair. And this one I'm actually going to call it, I'm going to rename this texture to, sorry, this material to SS hair 01. And everything else can stay the same. Goggles. Torso. Torso 01. Jewelry. And legs. Yeah, fuck. I hate it every time it does that. Keeps bugging out on me with the mouse. The hair, like I said, the name of this one, I don't know if I want to rename it to the same one in Unity because it might be using something differently, but if it does use the same texture file, I'm just going to rename this material file here, so. You know, fuck it, we're just going to rename it right now. I could always rename it back to mask or whatever I should call it later. So CM hair 012. If we go into Unity here, CM here 012 is also the same thing, as well as the, oh, it's actually under mask. Okay, never mind. We're just gonna leave it as mask underscore mask. I honey dicked you all. Okay, we'll leave it as the mask then, because it should just automatically find that, and I can just pull that texture file out because I've already converted it. So, okay, she's pretty much done. So now all we have to do is just use cats to fix everything. So we'll hit OK, fix model. There we go. She's now converted for Unity here. Rename this to armature and rename this to her actual name. So, let's see, Yui. I just try to get a name for her, so I'm bad at spelling her name. Yui Kimura. So Yui Kimura is now finished. Now we just have to scale her down, and she's ready to be put into Unity. So go into Object, Scale. I'm going to assume it's the same size for females, so avatar scales. So females is 0.0118. And there you go. She's now scaled down. Because for whatever reason, the avatars are freakishly huge from converting from Unreal Engine, which is kind of funny. Now we're going to copy that name, and now we're just going to export her. So FBX. All done. Now we're going to go ahead and put her into Unity here. Alright, I'm going to give it a separate scene here. Damn, look how small she is compared to the Oni right here. Alright, we're going to go ahead and get rid of the Oni here. Okay, lighting should be about right there. Alright, now I am going to go ahead and just hit apply here and make sure eyelashes match up. Yep, eyelashes match up. So I've already converted the eyelash textures, so I'll just pull those out of Unity automatically so I don't have to deal with that. Because they use the same, I think those same eyelashes are the same one that Kate uses, funny enough, because obviously she's like the Asian version of Kate. So now for the hair, on the other hand, I think I know what texture files to use, and I'm going to showcase that right now. So let's go ahead and open up the Yui folder here. I think it's Common Arc. I want to say it's Common Arc. Let's go ahead and see what this texture file is. Alright, let me go back to chat really quick and check on you guys. Yeah, I will have the Oni uploaded. Okay, so that's actually the eyelash textures. That is not the hair texture. Anyways, yeah, I'll definitely have the Oni right before, well, actually, after I end the stream. Just check my MediaFire account. I will definitely have them uploaded ASAP after I end the stream. After I'm done converting this avatar on, you know, obviously for VRChat here, you download him, make sure everything works, report any issues, obviously, on my Discord if something's not right. And then I'm going to start getting to work on converting the other Oni cosmetics. So, yeah. But, yeah, that's the eyelashes. We don't want to deal with the eyelashes. Yeah, look at that. The hair texture file is already given to us. Woohoo! Alright. So this is probably for her hair, so we're going to duplicate that. Adjustments, levels. Also, I'll have on my Discord links to the new characters as well, so. I'm going to just confirm to make sure that this hair texture file works properly in Unity. So hers is SS hair. Let's put that into the textures folder. Nope, works just fine. Again, we don't have TAA to smooth out the hair a little bit better, but I'm pretty sure you could find a shader that has TAA capabilities to make this hair look a lot better, but the hair does appear to work properly nonetheless. So I don't know how I really want it though. I think 0.05 is probably, again, the best setting in my opinion to keep it at. So there you go, her hair is now applied. Yeah, I hate it when the avatars do that, where the hip likes to jut forward. I don't know if, okay, I don't know if you're using a VR headset. You need to answer me that question, because you will usually only get that problem if you're using the avatars in normal desktop mode. But if you have a VR headset and you use that same avatar, you're not going to have that weird hip jutting forward type weird jerky movements that they do. It's something with the leg bone, and sometimes they warn you about it in the SDK, but I usually ignore it because my avatars are usually meant for people that have VR headsets rather than the desktop version. I try to optimize them mainly for VRChat VR users, if that makes sense. But I don't necessarily know if that's true though, if that makes a difference or not. That's just from what I usually can tell. So. Fuck, I don't think I grabbed the normal map for... wait a minute, actually, it might be sharing a normal map. I think it actually shares a normal map. Let me see. Damn, I didn't think I have to do this, but I do have to still do this. I have to go back into UModel again. Where's Sweden? There you are. Alright, let's go ahead and look at your textures. Okay, I think she uses this as her normal map. So we're going to go ahead and use this as her normal map actually. So she may not even have a normal map. I don't even think that's really going to look necessarily good. What is that called? CM Hair 001? I just don't think I'm going to add a normal map to it. I actually wonder if that's the normal map for her eyelashes. Let me type something in. CM Hair 01. Oh, sorry, CMM. No, that's the one for her eyelashes. So it could be for her hair. I guess it doesn't hurt to just call it for it. So. Yeah, see, that's the desktop version. See, that's what I'm saying. VR seems to use the avatar perfectly fine, but if you're using desktop version, you're going to have some armature issues with the rig. Sorry, I'm tired. You're going to have some issues with the armature on desktop version. I could redo the model, but I don't think it's really going to make a difference just because of the nature of the armature and how it is. No amount of fixing is really going to change that. It's just the way that the rig is. But But I will go ahead on my free time when I get to it, change him, and then re-upload him to my MediaFire account. So, let me see. SS hair. Okay, and the normal map is now applied to her hair. Now we just got to do the rest of the texturing. Let's go ahead and cut this. Okay, so here's the normal map for her face, and we're going to convert it. ORM. File save. File save. Why is her torso like that? She has like no breasts. Looks like a man's chest. That would be funny, wouldn't it? It's like, it's a dude. It's a transgender. It's not actually a woman. I forgot it's 2019. Watch YouTube demonetize me now. I'm so funny. Not that I have anything against transgenders, it's just a simple joke. Okay. Where's that? Yeah, there it is. I just like to keep everything together. I'm a very anal, organized person. It's just how I am. Okay, so all those are now converted. Now we just got to do the regular thing. Okay, IDDs aren't useful for anything, so we're not going to do IDDs. Jewelry has a map. No IDD. No IDD. Torso also, no, torso doesn't have one. Alright, here's the goggles. Let's go ahead and convert this one. Oops. Oh shit, I don't know if I did that correctly. Okay, now I did. Alright, there we go. Save it. Transgender Dead by Daylight, something new. I wouldn't doubt they'll do something like that. I mean, they made the Yui character a strong feminist. By the way, it sounded like she seems like one of the good type of feminists, not like the kind that we get in 2019 that are not actual real feminists. But again, I'm not really going to get political here. You guys ask me anything about political shit, I'll keep it real, man. I'm not going to hide because YouTube wants me to be a good little boy. I'm just not a political channel, you know. But, you know, each their own with their politics and shit like that. It's kind of weird. I don't know why I have to resize this. Sorry, lost my train of thought here. I'm already getting burnt out just doing this because I've already done it so many damn times. Alright, gonna go ahead and hit File, Save, Targa. Alright, let's go ahead and delete the alpha map because I don't need it anymore. Save. It's kind of weird how everything is inverted for Unreal Engine assets. I never understood that. It's very interesting. Normal maps are inverted for Unreal Engine. That's just how the engine reads these texture files. And I find it interesting that Unity reads them the correct way. Like I said, I'm no game engineer. I don't know how a lot of this shit works, but I find it fascinating. Her nails, yeah, her nails probably look very, they are a little bit long, which is very weird for somebody that's supposed to be like this biker chick. You would think they would actually be short because they would probably get in the way. Interesting how that is, isn't it? Torso. Duplicate. Channel mixer. Save. Alright, we are now done texturing these, or converting them in any way. Ugh, always tedious task, isn't it? Alright, now we just gotta plug these into textures. This will take a second to get in there now. Fuck. Stretchy, stretchy. Stretchy, stretchy, itchy, itchy. Okay, I think we're done there. I've already done our hair texture, so I just need to add these ones in. Alright, all done. Now we'll go into materials here and just start plugging and playing at this point. So, SS goggles. I don't know how I feel about the goggles. The goggles are really a weird touch. It almost looks like something out of Cyberpunk. Oops. Wrong one for the normal maps. There you go. Goggle maps are good. Good to go. Damn, she's coming along perfectly. She's got a nice face. I think actually it looks more, she looks better than Fang in my opinion. I think a lot of people are going to enjoy this character. Alright, jewelry's good. And her legs are now good to go as well. And we just got two more. Ooh, wrong one. That one. That was all bad looking. Darkened up her belly button. Look at her belly button just like get darker. Alright. It's kind of weird how occlusion works. I always thought it was just part of shading in a game. It's actually something totally different. There you go. All textured up. And let me just check one more last thing to make sure that she works properly. Of course that would work. Just want to make sure everything's working properly as far as like her armature is concerned. It is kind of funny you mentioned those nails though. Yeah, like my god, look how long those are. You're like this biker chick, but yet those nails are gonna get in the way from you playing or being on a bike, considering you probably wear gloves and shit. She just wears fingerless gloves probably. Very interesting why her nails are as long as they are. Yeah, I am definitely a sleepy necro. Also found out the hitbox are broken in Dead by Daylight. It's because of the network IK. It's from UE 4.14, and in UE 4.22 exist a new IK for the sort of things with this. I see what you're saying. So they need to upgrade their... I see what you're saying. They need to upgrade their servers technically from like their IK type related programming that's using old tech from Unreal, an older version of Unreal Engine. Makes sense. I know a lot of like I'm really like ever since the introduction to dedicated servers, my god, hatchet hits are fucking ridiculously stupid. I feel like hatchet hits are very off. Like it won't even touch you. You'll be long past the corner or whatever it is you're trying to get around, but yet it still hits you, and you're just like, what the fuck, dude? Like, I hate Huntress now. Like, playing as her is amazingly fun now, but like for Survivor, it's not fun because you're getting hit by hatchets that shouldn't be registering, but they are. So, yeah, hitboxes in terms of hatchet throws for Huntress definitely need to be fixed. But yeah, anyways, that's her. She is now done. I'm gonna go ahead and save this as a scene now. Yeah, shit, I'm gonna have to rename it. Yui Kimura. There you go. Yui Kimura is now done. And now we can create a new folder for her. I'll go ahead and add this in. Alright, that should be all the textures. Hopefully I didn't leave one out. I'm just gonna wing it and hope to God that I did not leave any of them out. Alright, I am now adding her to the WinRAR archive so I can upload her to Mediafire. Yeah. Let me double check, make sure everything looks good. Yep, everything looks good. Alright, Oni and Yui Kimura are officially converted for VRChat. So you guys can have fun with that. You can roleplay, do whatever it is. If you guys have any issues, be sure to report them in my Discord, either DM or at me. So, let's see. Have I done the new Huntress cosmetic yet? No, man, I have not. I don't plan on rendering those. I'm actually probably going to leave it to Schemo to render that for me. For us, actually. I'm going to do a video here shortly, though. I'm actually going to end the live stream right here, right now, in a few minutes. I'm going to do a separate video showcasing the new cosmetics for the Oni and the Oni specifically. I don't think I'm going to do Yui Kimura's cosmetics only because it's just going to take me too damn long to do all that. Again, like I said, I'm going to leave it up to Schemo to do every single cosmetic render for us. I'm sure he's hard at work at already doing that for us, so Like, again, I'm going to have him do that. I've already spent a lot of time doing a lot of live streams today, and I'm getting pretty tired. So I'm going to just do one last video for today and showcase to you guys what the cosmetics will look like in Unity for the new Oni killer that we're going to get. So we can kind of get a glimpse of what he kind of looks like. And so you guys can also see it at 2K resolution on YouTube. So you're not seeing it at this crappy live stream type bit rate. So, yeah. Yeah, for sure. I'll have the audio files for you by tomorrow sometime. I just got to be reminded because I have ADD like a motherfucker, and sometimes I forget things. So, again, just DM me or at me, and I'll definitely get that up for you. So right now, I'm going to go ahead and end the live stream right here. So give me about an hour, hour and a half, roughly, give or take, to get the new cosmetics rendered for Unity for the new Oni cosmetics that we're going to be getting. It could even may as well take me 2 hours, so it should be finished within 1:30 maybe, 1:30 a.m. roughly, give or take. Again, it's going to take me some time. I'm just going to be listening to some music and just going to town at it. So, but I'm just going to basically show you what the final results are. I'm not going to show you step by step what I'm doing. It'll just take too long for you guys. I'm just going to get straight to the point. So anyways, guys, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, oh, damn. Felt like someone just jabbed me in the neck. Ow, damn. That was interesting. Sorry. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below, and I'll definitely get back to you. Yeah, and I will have the new Oni and the new Yui Kimura link in the description below to my MediaFire account, as well as I'll have these posted in my Discord, so if you guys want to download them and play them for yourself, I'll definitely have those straight away after I quit the live stream. So yeah, guys, you guys have a good one, and give me a few minutes to have the new video out in just a few hours. So I'll see you guys later. Have a good one, and thanks for stopping by.